Hi everyone, Sumit Chandra this side, and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. In this video, we will discuss about two different approaches to visualize target versus sales data without using any custom visuals. This is our visual number one. Here we are showing our sales value in a bar and we are showing the target in this yellow line. Also we have a vertical line, and in this vertical line we have some horizontal line. The green bar indicates positive variance and the red bar indicates negative variance. This we will achieve by using reference line and error bar. This is our another visuals. Here also we are visualizing sales and target in two different column, and we are showing the variance in data label. As you see, we are showing the positive variance in green color and negative variance in red color. These two graphs is very useful whenever you want to visualize anything by comparing either target versus sales, this year revenue versus previous year revenue, or some other comparison. Before visualizing those, let me show you the data that I have for this report. Let me click on table view, and you can see this is the very simple data that I have for this demonstration. We have a country column, target column, and sales column. Let me go to report view, and first we will visualize this one, then we will come to another visual. Now I am in page 2. Let me click on clustered column chart. Let me increase the height and width. Now we need to add data. Click on this icon, and in x-axis let me click on add data. In add data we will select country from our data table. Let me come to y-axis. In y-axis we expand our measure table, and here we will select our sales and target measure. Let me click outside of the graph. Now I will show you the measure that I have written for sales and target. For that we need to click on data. In data we have our sales measure. So this is very simple measure, sum of sales, and in target we have sum of target. We have two different columns for each country. One is for sales, another one is for target. Now we need to add the data labels in terms of variance. For that I have written two measures. This is our variance percentage measure, and in variance percentage we will show different color. For positive variance it will be green, for negative variance it will be red. For that I created another measure. So this is the measure that we will use for conditional formatting. Let me select this graph, and we will do some formatting and will achieve the outcome that I shown you earlier. Let me click on format. In format, first let me come to x-axis. In x-axis, we don't need this title. Let me off it. Now let me click on columns. In columns, first we will select target series, and in target series we'll change the color to gray. Now let me click on sales series and change this color as well. Now we will do the final step. We need to on the data label. In data label, let me expand this and select our target series. For target series, we don't need this data label. So let me off this one. Let me click on sales. So here instead of sales, we need our variance percentage. So to achieve this, you need to click on this value section, and here you need to change the measure. So instead of sales, Here we'll select variance percentage. Once you click on variance percentage, you will get this variance instead of sales. Now we will apply conditional formatting for positive and negative variance. Let me click on this FX button. Conditional formatting dialog box will appear. In format style, we will select field value, and in field value we will select our measure, that is variance color for CF. Let me click on OK. Now we have achieved one graph. Let me come to graph 2, and now I will walk you through how to achieve this graph number 2. Let me click on page 1. Here we will select clustered bar chart, and we will adjust the height and width. Let me add the relevant data first. We need to click on this icon. In y-axis, we will select country from our data table, and in x-axis, from measure, we will select sales and target. So this is very simple, and this is our step number 1. We have two bar, one is for sales and one is for target based on each country. In the next step, we need a vertical line in the right side of our bar graph. We will achieve this by using reference line. To add reference line, we need to select the graph. We need to click on format. Let's come down, select reference line and click on add line. In add line, we have different types of line. Here, I select constant line. After that, we need to put a value. So for example, here I type 700. So you can see we'll get a vertical line 700 in our x-axis. But we need to make this dynamic so that if there are any changes in sales and target, this line should auto adjust the gap. For that, I created this reference line measure. In this reference line measure, I have created two variables. One is for sales, another one is for target. So in sales, we are using max X and all selected with our sales measure, and at last we are multiplying it by 1.40. Same thing we are doing with target as well, and in return we use if formula, and we are comparing our sales and target value. So if our sales is greater than target, then it will return this sales variable result, else it will store the target variable result. So instead of this constant value, we need to click on this FX button, and from here we need to select our measure. Let me click on OK. So now this line is dynamic. Let me format it bit more. We will change this color to gray. Instead of dash, we will use solid, and in position we select behind. In our next step, we need those horizontal lines from left to right and right to left for positive and negative variance. To achieve this, we will use error bars. But before that, we need to add our reference line measure in x-axis. So we have another bar. Now we'll come to error bars, and in series we will select reference line. Now we need to enable this, and we have two types. One is by field, by percentage. We will see both. So first we will use by field. In upper bound we need to add some measure, and based on this we will get our error bars. I have another measures called sales versus target. Let me show you. It's sales minus target. In upper bound, I will drag this sales versus target measure. And in relationship to measure section, we need to select it relative. Now we are getting this bar. We need to format our graph so that we will able to achieve the outcome. So let me come to bar section. In bars, we don't need all the bars. So let me select on reference line, and in reference line, increase this transparency to 100. Next, we will select target, and here also we will increase the transparency to 100. So now we have only one bar for sales, but you can see we have gaps between bars. We need to reduce this gap. To achieve this, we need to select on all, and we need to click on layout option. We need to enable this overlap option. So let me click on it. Now it's on, and we need to increase this space to 100%. So now we have one bar and our variance, but still the variance are coming in same color. So let me format the color first. In bar section, let me select green color. In marker shape, let me select this dot and increase the marker size. Also, we need to reduce this border size. But everything is green now. We want green for positive variance and red for negative variance. I have created two measures to achieve it. We have error bar positive and we have another measure for error bar negative. This is the measure for error bar positive. Here we use if formula. So if sales is greater than target, then we are calling our measure sales versus target. And same we did for negative error bar as well. In upper bound, we will change this measure. So instead of sales versus target, here we'll select error bar positive. Now we have bar where we have positive variance only. Let me show you how to add the negative bars. For that, we need to add another measure in our x-axis. I created a measure reference line dummy. We are calling the reference line measure here. Let me drag this in our x-axis, and again we need to go to bars. In series, we need to select this series reference line dummy, and we need to enable this transparency to 100. Now let me come to error bar section, and in error bar we'll select reference line dummy, and we will enable this. In type we will use by field, and in upper bound we will select error bar negative measure. Again, instead of absolute we need to select relative here. Now we just need to format it. So let me select red color, change the marker shape, increase the marker size, and decrease the border size. Now we have our positive and negative variance. In the next step, we will add the variance percentage as a data label. To achieve this, again we have created two measures. One is positive variance data level. In positive variance data level, we use if formula. So if sales is greater than target, then we are calling reference level plus sales versus target. In negative variance, we use this formula. Sales less than target, reference line plus sales versus target, and here we are multiplying it by 0.86 so that we can able to adjust the space properly. To add the data level, we will add these measures in the x-axis. First, we will drag our positive variance measure in the x-axis, and from bar we need to select this series and increase the transparency to 100. Now let me enable the data label. So once we enable data labels, the data labels will be added for all the series. Let me select target, and of this again we select reference line, and we off this, and we will repeat this for dummy reference line as well. So now we have data level for sales and positive variance. We need to adjust it bit more. First, let me select on sales, and we will change the position to inside end. Let me select positive variance data label, and instead of this number, we will show the variance percentage. So let me come to value section. In value section, here we need to select variance percentage. So let me change the color to green. You can see it is not showing properly. We created another measure for x-axis, and we will use this for x-axis so that these data levels should be visible properly. So let me come to x-axis, and in maximum we will use this value. So come here, and from the measure select this x-axis, click on OK. Now it's perfect. Now we just need to add the data level for negative variance. For that, we will drag our negative variance measure in the x-axis, and we need to go to bars, select this series, and increase the transparency to 100. Now we need to come to data label. Here we need to change the series to negative variance data label, and let me come to value section, and here we will use variance percentage. Now we need to change the color. We have the negative variance data bar now. Now let me format the chart so that it will look good. In title, let me change it to sales versus target by country. In y-axis, we don't require this title, and in x-axis we don't need this values and title. Also we don't require this legend. So now we just need to add the target error bar here so that we can see the target on the same graph. To achieve it, we need to come to error bar. In error bar, we need to select target series, and instead of by field, here we'll select percentage. In percentage, we will use 0 in upper bound and lower bound, and we will enable this option. Now we will format it. Change the bar color, increase the marker size, reduce this border size. So we achieve the outcome that I shown you at the starting of the video. Let us know if you have any questions in our comment section, and also let us know if you have any other approaches to visualize this kind of data. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon for the new video alerts.